In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this business site with everything in it completely free. That includes the Blocksy WordPress free theme, as well as Qubely add-ons for Gutenberg WordPress editor, also free. And the great thing is, look at this wonderful layout ready-made for you, plus a transparent header. Let's see how you can do that all in this video. JP here at Websites for Beginners. I've got a new installation here of my WordPress site, and the first thing I'm going to do is install the Blocksy theme. Before we go into that, if you don't know much about Blocksy, you can go over to websitesforbeginners.com, click here on tutorials, and you will see under the WordPress section, we've got here Blocksy. That should be themes. Have to go change that. And then all the videos and tutorials regarding Blocksy will appear here, and they will grow more and more as the channel goes on. So make sure to go check that out at Websites for Beginners. And also, look at that, builders. Builders with a plural coming from June. Let's go back to WordPress and we go to Appearance, Themes, and we click here on Add New and we search for Blocksy. Install. Activate, and once activated, it's going to ask us about the Blocksy companion. So you need to download this. If you don't download it, you don't have access to transparent headers. This is a very important step, and it will make no harm to your site. It brings extra functionality to it. Just click on this link. It will take you here, and you click on Download Now. I've already downloaded it, so I'll go back here, and I'll go now to Plugins, Add New. Click on Upload Plugin. I'll open my Explorer. Here is my Blocksy companion. Let me just put it here. Then I'll click and drag it onto Choose File and click on Install Now. Activate the plugin. And now Blocksy has been set up. And you will see in the WordPress navigation sidebar that we now have this option here on the left for Blocksy. Here is a few things that you can do. I'm not going to care about that. So next, what I will do to build out our page with starter sites, I will go and install Qubely. Now, Qubely is an add-on, and there's a free version and a pro version. And the free version, I always say this, packs a punch. To know more about Qubely, follow the link in the description below. And today we're going to focus on the starter packs. Now, starter pack is a complete layout set of pages that you can use to start your site with. It's a good idea if you have no idea where to start. Sometimes I'll just go into starter sites to get ideas. It's not that I'm going to use them, but I will load them. I will see what the developers and designers did, and I'll think, oh, okay, I learned something here. That is my main go-to reason for starter sites. You get free starter sites, and then, of course, there are many pro versions. We're going to be working with the free one, this business one, and it includes 5 layouts. So you have your homepage, team services, about and contact page, ideal to get your site going. And that's what we're going to do. To do that, we need to install Qubely. Let's go back to our WordPress dashboard, click on Plugins, and I'll just go to Add New. And then we type in here Qubely. Same procedure like last time, install now. Let me close out this notice up there. Activate. And now we're all set. Now we can let the magic begin. You would think that bringing in a starter pack would just be click and drop, right? It doesn't always work that easily. It usually works very well if the starter site and the theme are connected. In this case, we are bringing in 2 third parties basically to WordPress. We're bringing in Blocksy on the one hand, and then we bring in Qubely on the other hand. So there are a few tweaks that you will need to make when you want these two to play nicely together on the playground. And I think that is the main purpose of this video, to show you a little bit those little corners and nooks and crannies where you will need to go into within Blocksy to make sure that everything works well. Let's begin then, and I'll go to Pages. I'll create my first page, and this is Business. So I'll go and call it my Business Home, just so that we have an idea. I'll click on Publish. It will ask me to publish again. I'll just deselect always show pre-published check here at the bottom, because when I create my other pages, I don't want to see this again, and I'll click on publish. You will notice, and this is where we're going to focus on a lot, two areas here: import layout, and here on the right, the B, and this B is for Blocksy. There's also a Q for Qubely. This is where you can set your global color palette, which is pretty awesome. Let's first go to the import layout, and this is from here where you bring in those starter sites as well as other templates. You also have the functionality to work with individual add-ons from Qubely, and you will do that when you work with blocks over here. Collapse this and you will see Qubely over here. These are just the free add-ons. If you go pro, plenty more to play with. But we're going to work with the ready-made blocks and the starter template, so we don't need that. Click on import layout, and here you can see all the blocks, but we are interested in this area here, the middle tab, starter packs. And this is going to display 24 starter packs, and these guys are releasing new starter packs very frequently. This one, the plant shop, was just released a day or two ago, so they are adding on new content all the time. These are pro, so you see the red label there, they are pro. We cannot use them for this tutorial, but we're going to just select here free in the filter, and then we have 3 sites that we can choose from, 3 pre-made sites. We're going to focus on business, so click on business, and here is the home page. You can preview it, we already did that. Let's just click on import. As you know, Gutenberg WordPress editor is it is a back-end editor. So what you always see here is not what will appear on the front end, but it is important, very important, that even though this starter site is pre-made, that you need to go and view it and make sure you've done it all. Let's click on update and then click on preview. And then let's just have a look from here to the bottom. Site looks good. Site looks good. Yeah. And look at that. Even a form included in the Qubely builder. And if you want to have an idea of what goes on here, go back to WordPress. And for example, there at the form, you just simply click on it to interact with it over here then. And you will see here under settings, select this, make sure block is selected. And you will see that the widget and the Qubely add-on used is contact form. How cool is that? So if you want to make changes here, for example, currently it's set to classic. You want to drop it to material, just select that and you'll make some style changes. As simple as that. For the content, this you will go and switch out by yourself. But let's go back to the front end and see where we need to make a few changes. The first thing we need to do, and let's go to the top, is that we want to remove this page title. This is very standard that you get in themes. We want to remove that. Then we want to make our header, number 2, transparent. But there's a third one. If you go to the bottom, you will see that there is this gap here and there is a footer here. These two, this area here, comes with the theme. And we're going to remove this. So 3 things that we need to do. If you are going to do it globally, which means for all the pages, then go into your customizer and do it there for as many pages as possible. If you're just going to do it for a single page, then you go back into the WordPress editor here and you go to blocks here and you make the changes here where you need to make it. We want to remove the page title here, the page header for all the pages. We want to make the header here transparent for all of them. And we want to remove this one here at the bottom for all of them. So we go into the customizer. While we are on this page, go up here to the WordPress toolbar, click on customize, and that takes us into the Blocksy customizer. Let's start first with this area here, which is your page title. To find this, go to the settings here on the left, scroll to pages, select that, and up here, this is where you activate and deactivate the page title. By default, it's activated, so we just switch it off and it's gone. There's that space there. This one, unfortunately, you will need to go back into the WordPress editor and make the change there. I couldn't find a global setting for it over here, but that's fine. Let's do the rest as well. Click back here, scroll down on this side, and then let's go here to our options, select footer. And you will see here is your footer builder. These are elements inside the footer builder, and you can place content inside of them by clicking on them. For this, we will have a tutorial here to see how the header and footer builder works within Blocksy. In this instance, though, we want to remove this area and this area. And to do that, you need to simply remove these elements from the builder, the footer builder. To do that, click here. Let's start here with this bottom one. You can see it says copy right here. If I click on the delete, it will remove it. And once you remove the element, the space, the container is also removed. So because these guys are there, though they are empty, you need to remove them. So let's click on them, remove them all. And as I take this one, it will remove the last space. Let's publish and go and view on the front end. Exit. Okay. So the bottom, we've removed that. But here, we have this area left. And this area is connected to a page alignment setting that you find within Blocksy. To remove this, you go to the page over here. Make sure that you select Blocksy up here. And then you will see it says page vertical spacing. Turn it off. Update. Click on preview. And now you see it's flushed nicely to this header at the top. This will be great if you were going to be using a header that is a standard header like this. We want to use transparent header. So let's go and do that. We go back into the customizer, click on customize, select header, and over here we see the default header. Again, this header you build out with the header builder down here. We want to drop it here. So what we're going to do is select from the header builder and you select transparent. Now the transparent header isn't the typical header that you would expect from a theme. This thing is super juiced. It's got a lot of nitro in it, and you need to spend a little bit more time to understand the transparent header because it's super powerful. What blows my mind, this is in a free theme. You would think that just putting it on transparent and publishing, it's enough. That's not how the transparent header works in Blocksy. The transparent header is additional to these two, default or centered, which means that you have to assign it to certain pages. It's not going to implement just globally to your site. You have to tell the transparent header, buddy, I want you to appear on this page or that post, etc. And you do that by assigning a condition to it. And these little arrows here on the right, as I hover over them, you see the tooltip says conditions. Don't let this scare you. I want to tell you, this is super awesome. So don't let it scare you. Don't think it's unnecessary. This is a great feature. And when you work with big websites where you need a standard header on some pages and you need a transparent header on other pages, you will understand why this feature is implemented like it is. Click on conditions and you will see this pop-up appears, display conditions, add a new condition. Currently, we don't have any rule, so we need to create one. So let me walk you through what we want to do here before I do it, so you have an idea where I'm going. I have a transparent header. In Blocksy, I have to tell that transparent header where I want it to appear. So you have to tell it which pages or which posts, and you do that by giving it a condition. I want my transparent header to appear on every page, every post for this specific site. And that can be my entire site. So what we do is we add new condition and we go and look for a condition that will fulfill my needs. When you click on add new condition, you're going to see the first one says include the entire website. How lucky am I? I don't need to look any further. But you can just have a look through it. You can see here are many conditions. For example, if you only wanted it to apply to your front page, then you select front page. Then it will only apply to your front page and the rest of your site will be default. But I want it for the entire website. I'm happy with that. So I select it and make sure you click on Save Condition. Now it's locked in. Problem is, we cannot see this header at all. This is the great thing. This transparent header builds out by itself here at the bottom. So currently you can see there's a menu, there's a search option, and there's a logo. And I can make changes to them. So to change the color design of my menu, go here to Menu, click on it, and you will see here on the sidebar, it opens with all the various settings. I'm just going to make changes to the color. Click on design. We go to font color, and I will select white. And then I want to have the hover this yellow. So what I'll do is I'll grab my color picker up here, select that yellow, and then copy that code. Clear out, and I'll go here to the hover, and I'll paste it. Nice. Now you see up here, it has changed to business home, and as I hover over it, it becomes yellow. The same I want to do for this search icon. Again, go here to the builder. You can click here. You can also hover over it, and you will see a little blue balloon with 3 dots. That will give you the same. If you click on it, it will open this sidebar. Here you have control over the size of that magnifying glass. I'm just interested in the design. Click on that, and I'll have the icon color. I'll choose white again. Hover, I'll paste that code. That will give me the yellow. And just also note that you have the modal font color. That is the box that will appear when people type in it. I'll only change this hover here. Okay. And the last thing is our logo. You can have a text logo or an image logo. I'm going to stick to this text. So what I'll do, I'll click here on logo. And it says the site title is Qubely. Let's call it Blocksy with Qubely. Let's make it a plus. Okay, and then we click on design, same thing. Go to initial, make it white, go to hover, and I'll paste it here. Okay, and just for your information, if you're going to be using these colors with Blocksy all the time, you can go and set up these in a color palette. So you don't have to copy it every time. To do that, let's click out of here, go back to the main options, select colors, and you will see the color palette appears over here. If I select it, I can make changes, let's say this color, and I'll put my yellow in there, right? Now, if I want to change, let's say I want to change this one in the future, hover over it, click here on the balloon, and it immediately takes me into the settings for the logo. Very awesome. And click on design, and now you will see that that color has been captured into my theme palette. Great. This is it. We are done here. Remember to publish it, then exit. And that's it. There you have your page ready. Perfect. And you have a transparent header. So what other changes should we be making here? You have to consider if there's enough space up here. And to add more space, you'll have to do that within this block in your WordPress editor. Let's go here. I'm going to refresh this page just to make sure we've got all the latest changes in it. And then I'll go to this block here. I'll click on it. And it uses the row element from Qubely, which is a really cool element for containing content. To add more space and padding at the top, I'll click on Advanced, and you can see currently the top is set to 150. That's what 150 looks like. I just want to add a tad more. So I'll increase that to 200. Update, go preview it on the front end, and that looks much better. I don't want it to be too far apart from that. This looks pretty good. And in fact, in the future, I think we can even put a line there in our transparent header. That would look so awesome. Let's then go and look at the other pages and what you need to do then when you create another page. I'm going to close this one. Let's in fact close all of these guys so we can focus on this tab. Let's go back to our pages, click on Add New, and this time I will bring in the About page. Publish that. Import layout, go to our starter pack, click on Free, Business, and look for our About page, import. Now, by default, when we import it, it should look correct, right? Let's just see if that works the way we think it should. Update and preview it. And no, because that little area here at the top is that function of vertical alignment. Go back into WordPress Gutenberg editor, select Blocksy up here, and make sure you deselect page vertical spacing. And update. Preview, and now we've got a page here. Again, let's add a little bit space there at the top. Select the top container, which is this row. Make sure you go to settings here, the block, advanced, and we just add 50. So this one is going to be 170. Preview. That looks good. About page done. Let's see if the bottom looks okay, right? We probably have to bring back our footer. Let's bring in one more page as an example so we can go through this. I think there was one called services. Services, publish it, import the layout, starter pack, free, business, and services import. Select Blocksy up here, deactivate page vertical spacing, update, and everything should be honky-dory when we view this one on the front end. Oh, we forgot the spacing at the top. Well, not we, I did. Go to the block, select it, go to settings, advanced, and we add 50, so this one will be 160 pixels. Update that, preview. Let's do one more, and then we go and create our menu so that we have a proper menu display up here in our header. Close this one, close this one. Let's go back, add new, and we'll bring in the contact form because you need a contact form. Contact form, or contact us rather. Contact us, publish that. Let's see if I can get it all done in one go. Import layout, starter pack, free, business, contact, import. Blocksy, deactivate page vertical spacing. Click here on the top block, go to settings, advanced, add 50, make it 170 pixels, update it, preview it. Success. Look at that, how nifty. All of this done with Qubely and Blocksy. Let's go and set up a proper menu because currently Blocksy is taking your pages and populating this area, but this is not correct because you want your home page, which is business home, to appear first and then the rest of them. Currently, they're not in the right order because you technically do not have a menu. Let me show you. We go, let's close this one to the back, click on the W for WordPress, appearance, menus. And we need to create our menu first, give it a name. So I always call this a main menu, create. And then under pages, we're going to select all of these little guys, add them. Then business home, I'll drag it to the top. Then next will be about or services. I never know which one to put first. So let's put it in that order. This page is called business home, but I don't want it to display as business home in my header. So select the drop down and then I'll just give it the label as home. Save that. And before we go view it on the front end, we still need to set our home page. What do I mean? Currently, if I click here and to view it on the front end, it's going to show me my blog posts page, which is not what I want to appear when people come to my site. So I need to assign my business homepage as my landing homepage. Go back to the WordPress dashboard, go to settings, reading, and then you go your homepage displays, select. Next to homepage, we select business home, save the changes. And now when we go and click to view our front end, this is what we will see. See there, active color is yellow, site looks good. Well, we consider we have to bring back our, our footer there at the bottom. And then there are our other pages, navigate through them, and look how quickly we had done that. Naturally, I always have to remind you, and I'm pretty sure you understand this part of the exercise, you need to go in and change the content. But you will see the Qubely add-ons for Gutenberg. They are so intuitive. You just click and change the content, click and change the images. And if you want to know more about that, make sure to check out the videos here on the YouTube channel here at Websites for Beginners. We've got a plenty of Qubely tutorials for you. More tutorials in the works for Blocksy and Qubely and lots of other goodies in the works. Hope you are doing well, staying safe. See you in the next video. JP signing off.